Greetings there, my fellow animal handlers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Primitive Society Simulator, Episode 4, Taming a Dire Wolf. So if we take a look at the relationships here, you can see that they're in a relationship, and what will happen over multiple generations is this will become like a massive family tree. So given like 2 or 3 generations where they have kids and grandkids, it really starts to fill out. I'm not sure about incest. I don't know if that's a thing. I haven't gotten that far in the game. But then, when they have children, they will also be able to mentor their own children. Or mentor each other's children. You don't have to mentor your own child. The joy of victory. Yeah. So I have, because of the, we absolutely train wrecked the enemies here. We avoided a lot of the negative moods. Last name, raffle time in 10 seconds. Alright, so the first last name will be... Oh, there's dire wolves coming to try to eat us. But the first raffle will be Tanuki and Jazz Lover. So that's going to be the Tanuki Madzi. And Tanuki is our herbalist. No, maybe I won't do that because it overrides it. Okay, the next last name will be Cathanon Dormination. So that will be Orange Chaos. Very interesting last name. Dormination Orange Chaos. Man, that is a verbose name. I'm glad that they have some sort of written language. The third one is Cowley. And I have them sharing the last name so that their children inherit that last name. It's just to keep it in my head so that I can like arrange their relationships more easily. And the fourth is Dead Dodo. Alright. We are going to need to defend against this dire wolf, though. Everyone's asleep. They're probably not too happy that... Oh, and 3 people just got pregnant. So, Jazz Lover, Cathanon, and Maddock are all pregnant now. So one of the things you'll notice about them being pregnant is in the first trimester, they have a prohibited work of being deployed on herbs teams, being deployed on hunting teams, and caravanning anywhere. So essentially, they're not allowed to leave the map tile. So if I go to the world map here and I try to go like, hey, create a team to trade, as you can see, those 3 individuals are just missing from this because they're not allowed out. They stay home. So that's why I made my hunters and my herbalist men, so that I don't get slapped with that penalty of them having to stay home. Oh, the dire wolf's coming a different way. There we go. Oh, it's going for my chickens. Get away from my chickens. Zeusin's my hunter, so I'm going to tell everyone to just back off while Zeusin gets the kill, because it will increase his hunting stats. Oh, no, my slingers were just like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. That's fine. Yo, Rain, you're like a wee bit loud. It's the ambience? Doesn't seem like it. I don't think it's on any of the sliders. Oh well. Loud rain. So we got foraging experience from that last quest. Getting close to farmland planting, which is kind of nice. One thing I might want to do is increase the winter clothing and the cloaks up to 12 because we already have some pregnancies, and sooner or later we're going to need to clothe more than just ourselves. So the way it works is during really young infancy, the baby will just be essentially tethered to the mother. But then, as soon as they're able to walk, they become more or less their own individual and require a mentorship. So the current priority right now is prepare for children. So one thing I'm going to want to do is to set the children up with beds next to their parents' tents. Now they're not going to use their own beds for a bit, as I mentioned. It's going to be a minute before they're actually housed in their own tents. But I might as well have the tents ahead of time. Oops, that one was wrong. And then the other thing that we're going to want, once the children age up a little bit more, and it will take a while to get there, is the story point and stone tablets. So, I have to decide where to do that. I think I'm going to put it over here somewhere. Is that where I clicked? I don't think that's where I clicked. That's really weird. Okay. It's getting... Maybe we'll put it over here. Or, you know what? I can have it be task specific. So I'm going to have a story point here for cooking and foraging. I'll have a story point here. Yeah, there's this like weird ghost story point over there. That's fine. I can have this one be for crafting. I can have a story point over here for fishing, gathering, and then one here for animal ranching. And that could be the knowledge we pass on. The bonfires are very fire resistant, or water resistant, yes. I'm not sure that there's a benefit of putting a tent over them. The reason, I think you're able to, but the reason I don't is like, then you have a straw tent above your fire, which seems equally wrong, or maybe more wrong, which is why I didn't do it. And the other thing we're going to want is to floor these up. And Rager's home, so I suspect we're going to have another pregnancy soon. With Rager home. Will I need more seats around the fire? I will. So let's add 1, 2, 3, 4 more bonfire seats to be created. Rager, that's like not your bed. I'm gonna have to. I'll reassign beds to tomorrow, because they just they just got a little wrong. Okay, let's fix this. So the dead dodos. Actually, let's make this make more sense. So over here should be Jazz Lover because she's the cook. So Jazz Lover with. Oh, this is being weird. Oh, you know what? Are their relationship wrong? Yes, I did it wrong. I understand. They got married and they changed who they were with. So Jazz Lover and Zeusin should share the last name. So you're going to be Dead Dodo now. I did this incorrectly. So Jazz Lover and Dead Dodo will sleep here. Then for crafting, this will be a crafter. So this will be Maddock and Lisk. This over here will be Dwarvenation and Rager. So Rager, you need a different last name. And then last but not least, Tanuki and Cathanon. And Rager's pregnant. White Bird Tribe wishes to learn about raising sheep. So they will give us, wow, everything is foraging and for husbandry, which is really weird. But alright, that means I need even more hunting tablets. When I play tested, I got a lot more variety than this. A lot, like, every quest I was offered, like, was for something different, but not this time around. So, Mr. Zeusin, you are going to be scribing even more hunting tablets. You're probably worked to the bone. Get it? It was a really, really bad pun. Yeah, his beds are now correct. Was it hunting or animal husbandry? Let me double check. This was, husbandry. I was doing it wrong. You're correct. So I'm going to continue. I'm going to finish this hunting tablet because I'm already partially done. But then I'll do 5 animal husbandry, which should be Dwarvenation, should be the best at that. But I'll double check. 15, and everyone else is a big old 0. So Dwarvenation, you will take over once the hunting tablet's done. Thanks for checking. And I'm an idiot. So the next guaranteed attack is going to be Autumn 2, Year 2. So we have about 2 seasons or 18 days before that occurs. So you can see why I have had my people specialize in specific tasks, because there's big bonus modifiers for having people be specialized so that they can create tablets or complete work more efficiently. What are we close to research-wise? So wolf domestication is getting pretty close. That's likely to be the next thing unlocked. We are going to fulfill foraging quests, so we're probably going to get rough millet, which allows us to start harvesting seeds off of wild millet, which I haven't been doing. I can collect wild millet, which is this crop here. but it's not a good food source. So that's why I've been leaving it alone, because it is not fulfilling. And until we can make like millet soup, it's just not worth doing, in my opinion. Name request for your last name Orange? Yeah, sure. And yeah, it is quicker to create tablets if you have skill. It even says as much, so I'll read this to you. According to the corresponding knowledge of the worker, the production time is... The higher the knowledge, the shorter the required time. So there's tooltips to tell you that if you use highly skilled people, you create these tablets quicker. And the tablets are one of the most labor-intensive things you'll make. So having... Oops, someone got sick. Lisk got sick. So having tablets that are, having people that are specialized in specific tasks will allow you to make those tablets more reasonably. I am going to send Tanuki back out for herbs, I think. Orange Chaos, thanks for gifting out a sub. Oh, so heavy cold epidemic. Got it. So Lisk has a bad cold. And we also just got a new discovery of direwolf domestication, which I'm going to have Dwarven Nation be the inventor of. So that's exciting. I was about to send Tanuki out for herbs, but I'm probably going to wait to do a wolf domestication instead. So what I'm going to do in preparation for wolf domestication is build a little corral for them. I'm going to build the corral here. The reason being, I intend for the direwolf to be Dwarven Nation's animal, bonded animal. So I want the corral next to essentially Dwarven Nation. And it doesn't need to be a big corral because we're probably only going to get one wolf pup. If we end up with 2 wolf pups, I'll just make the corral larger. It's not a big deal. How far along are we? Almost 2 tablets into husbandry. Cool. Can knowledge be lost? Yes. I haven't reached that point in the game, but I believe knowledge can be lost if elders that have discovered specific things do not transcribe it. So here is my stone tablets. And this stone tablet is going to be for herbs, where Tanuki teaches students about herbalism. But there's no students yet. I don't have anyone to teach. This tablet is going to be for animal husbandry, where Dwarven Nation teaches animal husbandry. And you can see the teachings, the education is based upon the teacher's skill, and also the inscription upon these stone tablets. This one is for crafting. So crafting inscription, and this will be Matic, teaching about crafting. And then the last one was fishing. So this will be fishing taught by Cathanon, I think. So it's a way for your elders to pass down inventions and knowledge. But I'm not exactly sure how that works because I haven't reached that yet. And ideally you want like 8 stones, well, 8 stones for each type of knowledge so that they can be collected. I just initially am only going to go with 4. Because we're only going to have 4 children. Unless we have twins. I don't know if that's possible. So we are just about as prepared as we can be for children. All the stone tablets are set up. All the story spots are set up. There's one other thing I could do, which is the ceremonial building, which is kind of neat. So I will get a ceremonial building built to it over here. And the ceremonial building also has like a zoning to it. Unlike a lot of the other buildings. And also more directly benefits from flooring. Because the quality of the ceremony depends upon the wealth of the structure. So all the other floors I have out here is more or less just for the aesthetics. Whereas in the ceremony building it actually matters. Seems like I have a lot of raw ingredients. More dryers would be necessary. Yeah, I could build some more meat racks. It's not a bad idea, so that it doesn't spoil. And there we go. Direwolf domestication is done. So what will end up happening? Oh, and it already happened. Is there is a beast herd now here, which has 1 adult, 1 juvenile, and we can go hunt and capture that hunt the adult and capture the juvenile, which I will do in just a second. I want everyone to get a good night's sleep first. And then we'll have a puppy. Alright, little poll for you. Should I name the puppy Yoda? Provided that the hunting trip goes well. And once we have the meat rack set up, I'll deploy people. So here's the ceremony. And it has an altar wealth based upon the flooring only right now. And ceremonies are the best way to inspire and uplift people. Perform a ceremony to designate a ceremonial area on the ground, and then place a host seat and allows an altar. And the higher the wealth, the better the effect of the ceremony. So a giant ceremonial room is more ideal. I just didn't want like a giant tent for it. But like that would have been better. Raising the priority of the meat racks, and then tomorrow morning I'll head out to capture us an animal. Oh god, I'm so glad I have a mute button. Dwarvenation. I'm also going to need to micromanage Dwarvenation. He's been working on the animal husbandry tablet, and as a result, not butchering or feeding the animals. So I need to make sure that he actually does animal husbandry tasks, like collecting eggs. Because otherwise what ends up happening is our chicken population will become out of control. So Dwarvenation should stay... Actually, I'm going to wait until Dwarvenation finishes the tablets before going for the wolf, because he's the one that I want to do animal husbandry. So he should probably be on the hunting trip. So it will be tomorrow, not today. Oh, yep, it's going to be named Yoda. All right. You're going to become a direwolf, buddy. Even though my other dogs look like direwolves. And we already have the spare cloaks and winter clothes for the children, as they will require them once they're out of their infancy phase. We're still first trimester. We're about a third of the way into the first trimester. Days pregnant 11. We're almost done with the husbandry tablet, with 6 days to spare. Done. All right, let's send them out to capture. Form a team to hunt. I will leave Tanuki behind and do Lisk, Zeusin, and Dwarvenation. They'll bring dried meat, dried fish, and 1 rope to capture the juvenile. And it's really nice that the caravanning, like, kind of tells you what you need to bring. It makes it so that you can't make mistakes so easily, which is very sweet. Can we get another 2 for Tusking Echo? Maybe at some point. It's a little labor intensive to, and time intensive to domesticate intelligent creatures, creatures that can be trained and tamed. So you'll see the process in a minute here. All right, here we go. Issuing commands for us to approach the direwolves. And damage sharing is ideal. So when Lisk becomes a little bit more injured, having Lisk back up so that Zeusin tanks. Because what ends up happening is if one person goes down, they're kind of incapacitated and they're harder to tend to. So it's best to distribute the damage. And there we go. We killed the adult and the juvenile is left. So the hunt is complete and they're returning home now with that juvenile direwolf to be trained and tamed. There are sleds in this game, what I will tell you. In fact, one of the ancestral wills here is using a sled and having it be pulled by like oryx or other beasts of burden. Do you gain a benefit for breeding wolves? Yes. So in breeding wolves, you will level up more of your husbandry skill because taming is something that actually levels up your husbandry knowledge. And then once the juvenile wolf is an adult, you can assign it to a person as like a combat escort, which is really, really useful because they're very effective in combat. So here it is. We have Dwarvenation, Zeusin, and Lisk. And hypothetically, oh, you know what? I'm stupid, because I never built the wolf feeding trough. So that might have been the problem. I don't think we actually captured it, because I went half-cocked and built the corral, but never actually the wolf feeder. So we might have to go back out. Luckily, direwolf sightings are somewhat common. So here in, if we mouse over Maddock just entered second trimester. So now there are more things that are prohibited. Hunting, gathering, resource managing the dead. So if I take a look at assigned work, as you can see, there are some things that are just grayed out as a result of second trimester. So each trimester will have new things that become disabled. And Dwarvenation is sick. Tend that quickly. Is there a quest to domesticate wolves? Yes, it's part of the domestication tree. We're catching a juvenile, taming it, etc. Oh, and there it is. So we had it. It just didn't have a pen. So you are Yoda. Wow, it's really young. So it's going to be 39 days until it's a companion. That's a hot minute. We do need to send someone out for the tablets. True. How much time do I have on that? I could do it tomorrow morning. And then I also want to send, when is our next attack? 2-2? I'll probably send Tanuki out to capture or to gather more herbs as well. All right, Tanuki. You are going to be deployed. For 8 days. Eating millet meals makes you smarter. There's a new quest for foraging. You know what? Tanuki, recall. You have foraging tablets to transcribe. So this will give hunting experience, which if we take a look at the creations here, hunting will push us towards boar domestication and meat soup. Boar domestication is cool too. Boars are combat / haulers. They're not as good as combat as direwolves, I don't think. But they are also beasts of burden that can be used for like trait caravans and the like. So this quest is asking us for foraging tablets. And my best forager is actually Jazz Lover, not Tanuki. Okay, well, Tanuki, you're going to search for herbs. I'd take that back. He's like, damn it, man, make up your mind. So Jazz Lover, you're going to start scribing. Dwarvenation is over here training Yoda. So it needs to hit 60 tame %, which is pretty easy to do, considering how slowly they mature. And then I do need to send someone out to fulfill the other quest. So let's send Lisk. Lisk will carry the husbandry tablets, and it's kind of a far trip. But let's get it done. So prepare for children, train Yoda, and quest. That is the priority. So 2 separate knowledge quests. Auto Butcher allows us to keep 6 adult females, but we have 9. Auto Butcher is a new feature to me, so I'm curious if Dwarven Nation's gonna actually... Oh, I have to just instruct him to do it. There he goes. So he's actually starting to... No, didn't butcher. I'll make sure he does it tomorrow. Boy, we have a lot of food. One thing I have not put out in a while is more fish food for lobster traps. So lobster traps are finite, and you have to rebuild them. And as far as I know, they don't auto-rebuild. So it's one of those things that you just have to remember to redeploy. Because there's a seafood dish made of fish and lobster that is like really fulfilling. So having a steady supply of fish or dried fish and lobsters, a very good combination. And you could always do food management to tell people to not eat dried fish and lobster so that you can combine it into the meal through the food management tab, which is useful. So Dwarven Nation is gathering eggs. Okay, we did do the butcher. Cool. How the butcher worked. I think everyone's in well, not everyone. All the females are in second trimester now, and they're about half done with their pregnancies. There's a pregnancy bar here, so like 16 out of 30. You know what's funny, and this is something you might know, is once upon a time, lobster was very plentiful, but due to the lack of refrigeration, they would become sort of spoil quickly. So it was a food that was very abundant on the coasts, and used to feed, like, they were considered sort of like poor people food as a result of their abundance and the lack of refrigeration, and also probably just like people didn't prepare them well. So they only became a delicacy in like modern times. It was prison food, yeah. Which is weird how things change. I would love to unlock cooking. We're working on it, but it's not. I really wish I had a quest for it. Cooking is such a nice thing to have unlocked because it helps to improve intelligence and vitality. Plus farming, you know, getting the option to start domesticating millet and mixing that with cooking is really, really effective. So Yoda, how trained are you? You've gone from like 22% to 38%. Yeah, you are getting tamed quite quickly. But it's going to be another 35 days until he's adult. Wow, Whitebird's tribe was not close. That's why it took so long to get out there and back. It's like one of the furthest tribes out. Well, quests are quests. So the other quest here for the foraging tablets, we have them manufactured, so I could send someone out with them today as well. When's the next attack? Thank you for tuning in to Primitive Society Simulator, which originally streamed live on Twitch, February 13th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. Hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow cavemen.